Alright folks, All But Blur back here for another review. This time I'm going to be doing another trailer review which I've been doing recently. This is going to be on the new game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. And of course this is a sequel to the original Ultimate Alliance which came out in 2006. Wasn't really the biggest fan of that game. Hopefully they've learned a lesson for the sequel. As you'll see by this trailer, it looks like quite a few little neat things you can do in here. So enough of me chatting just now. We'll take a look at the trailer and come back with a little bit of analysis afterwards. Enjoy.
Authorities are still searching for victims in a string of what are now being called acts of superhuman negligence.
Casualties over 600. In Washington, rumblings on whether superhero reform should be brought to the table.
Following last week's devastating explosion, Congress has rushed through passage of the Superhuman Registration Act.
Superheroes have already begun to take sides in the debate over reform, and it is feared that a passage of the act will escalate the conflict.
Okay, so there you go. We've just seen the trailer for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Really looking forward to this game. As I said before, wasn't really that big a fan of the 2006, the kind of first game that came out. It was okay, some nice little cutscenes in there. But general gameplay I wasn't too impressed with. So hopefully we're on sort of the following sequels, so generally, well, most cases are better. So they've got this kind of game mechanics right, and we've got really good story, which is kind of the first area I'm going to kind of bring up. For those of you who are probably into your Marvel, you probably recognise the story already, and it's going to be kind of, the story starts with the Secret War. Then moving on to more of the Civil War story. Secret War starts with Nick Fury invasion of Doctor Doom's Latveria as a kind of a starting point. Later escalates into the kind of mutant registration. Well, not necessarily mutant, but superhero registration. Anyone that has abilities or powers register in a database, much like the X-Men 3 story, if you like, from the film. With this, we're going to kind of get a sort of a, kind of friction between good and good. It's going to be breaking up the boundaries of, let's say, from the X-Men to the Fantastic Four to Iron Man, Spider-Man. We're going to see these superheroes we all know and love fight each other, which is something that's quite unheard of if you've never really read the books before. But it's obviously different superheroes take different sides to this cause. You can see in the trailer, of course, we've got Nick Fury of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America. Two big icons in the fight for good, but obviously clashing heads in this scenario. At the end of the trailer as well, a really awesome scene, we see Iron Man and Wolverine clashing, of course, as well. One of the most interesting ones from the video I did notice is, of course, the kind of faction between the Fantastic Four. We see brother v sister, we see the Invisible Woman versus, of course, the Human Torch. So it's kind of nice they've brought this idea in here that even the Fantastic Four themselves aren't even safe. Going into kind of characters now, since I mentioned a few. From the trailer, we've kind of seen people like, of course, Captain America, Daredevil. We've got the Hulk in here. all the Fantastic Four members: Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Thing, Mr. Fantastic. We've also got everyone's favourite Spider-Man, and I said as well Iron Man. These are all confirmed, of course. In the trailer we see Storm as well, Thor, and said before, Wolverine. Some that's been confirmed which haven't been seen in the trailer are more sort of enemy side. We've got Venom and the Green Goblin. I've also heard rumoured that Luke Cage is also in here as well. From the FMVs and trailer, well, sort of the motion video we've seen, we've also seen people like Nick Fury. Now these are unconfirmed as playable characters, they might just be part of the story. Other people to expect in the cutscenes and possible playable is people like Bishop, Cable. You've got Daredevil's enemy, sort of Bullseye's in here too apparently. From the Iron Man side we've got War Machine, so hopefully that would be quite interesting, either a partnership with War Machine Iron Man or them against each other possibly, you never know. We've got Wonder Man in here as well, and Black Widow's been kind of brought into the cutscenes too. So hopefully we will get to see some of these characters playable as well. I mean, with the kind of game we're looking at here, I think the more characters the better in this game. So leave a comment down if you'd like to see what characters you would love to see in this game. Of course, we'll kind of have a bit of a discussion who would be kind of the would like to see some fights against. I mean, I would love to see the usual, going back to kind of Marvel versus superheroes arcade machine. I always loved Wolverine versus Spider-Man, and of course Spider-Man versus Venom, the classic. So yeah, put some comments what you think would be a good battle. But we can kind of see this as being a 4v4. There are some one-on-one battles, but from the trailer we can see kind of a group of characters, which could possibly mean we've got some good multiplayer aspects in here. That Xbox Live could come into play, PlayStation Network, get online with your friends and play the game together, which would be awesome. It's confirmed that it's going to be multiplayer, of course. The actual going into more sort of the gameplay itself, it's going to be more of an action RPG, if you like, kind of roaming through. You might fight, as you can probably see, like bots, or not bots, but generic, I like using this term, generic bad guys, dressed in the same clothes, do the same moves. They're just basically there's cannon fodder just to take them out and destroy them. Then we're going to come to maybe your bigger boss battles, like superhero v superhero, or maybe one superhero versus with a group of sort of generic bad guys. One of the interesting parts of the actual gameplay as well is that we've got then reintroduced the actual kind of combo moves from the first game, but they look a lot better. Originally with the first game we did actually see an improvement in power combos, because the first game kind of just done a little bit of extra damage. Wasn't that really that effective. It looked good, but it wasn't that effective. In this game you can see two combined powers will actually yield a new attack together. From the trailer we can see the Human Torch and Storm kind of creating some sort of fire cyclone going on there, which is pretty awesome. Some other type of moves would be had confirmation as such as the Invisible Woman creating a force field, and Iron Man overloading with energy, creating kind of a bomb. So it's going to look quite interesting. The alchemy engine has actually been upgraded in several ways, which is what was used in this to create the game. It includes the actual Havoc physics engine technology, which makes things, if you're not really into physics, it makes things look a little more realistic. So if we've got bodies flying through the air, massive attack, we'll see like bodies bouncing off walls, shrapnel all over the place. So it could make it, so for some quite comical, I think, some quite comical scenes as well, with people getting shot all over the place. New 3D sound systems also been implicated, and syncing of characters' lips to dialogue, which is one of my kind of pet hates, is when you get a game and you've got a character standing there, Wolverine, giving it to Bob, going mental, but his lips aren't moving. This has obviously been a bit resolved with the next generation consoles. More of a PS1 problem, used to have PS2. So yeah, it's going to be looking pretty awesome so far. I'm guessing there's going to be some pretty cool cutscenes like the first game. Graphic wise, I don't think they're the best looking game, as I said, but I still think it looks nice. As long as it plays well, graphics don't mean the most to me. I like the nice looking game, but if we can get some good gameplay, especially some good multiplayer with the Marvel Universe, I'm all for it. So yeah, there's my little overview. Say not too long, hopefully. I do tend to blather on quite a bit. I said before, not just about the characters. Leave some comments if you're looking forward to this game, what you think, you hope you get from it. But this is Autobot Blur signing out, saying catch you later.